What's up, personal best? My name is Jackson Rudolph, a member of Team Paul Mitchell Karate and a world champion. And today I'm going to show you an upgrade to your basic chop punch combination. So whether you're an experienced creative martial artist and you feel like you've got your basic chop punch down, or whether you've seen my first tutorial about how to do your chop punches better, have good technique and finish your stances, now you're going to upgrade that technique using these two different upgrade combinations. The first one is going to include a ridge hand, and the second one is going to include a spear hand. For the first combination, including the ridge hand, this is a really common combination in sport karate that you see a lot of world champions use because it shows off a lot of great speed and power. So starting from that setup position, I'm going to use that same base of the chop punch. I step out into that reverse front stance with the chop and then fire my hips over for the punch. Now from this position, I'm going to throw the ridge hand. I'm going to shift my hips and my stance back. My left arm is going to extend out, leading with that strong part of the hand there on the thumb side, throwing that ridge hand. Boom! Making sure it's nice and tight. We don't want to throw a big ridge hand. We want to throw a nice tight ridge hand. Boom! Straight to our target, rechambering over here close to the right shoulder. Then I throw a chop straight from that chamber and back to the punch. So what this does is it returns me to my initial position. I start with a chop punch. 1, 2, the ridge hand, boom, sets me up for another chop punch. And I can execute the same thing on the right side. Chop, punch, shifting my hips, ridge, chop, punch. One thing that you want to avoid, just like you want to avoid making the ridge hand too big and making it too slow, is you also want to avoid making the ridge hand too small. A lot of my teammates and I refer to this as having like a DJ ridge chop. What that means is that when you throw your ridge chop, it looks a little tiny like that, almost like you're like being a DJ and like mixing the disc up, right? You don't want to do that. You want a nice, good, clean technique, full extension on the ridge hand, full extension on the chop, and then execute the punch. Now for that second upgrade combination, we're going to use the spear hand. Now we're actually going to mix up the rhythm of our combo a little bit. I still step in with that same chop here, boom, but now instead of firing the punch, I'm going to wait. My right hand is going to extend underneath, executing the spear hand, my left hand covering on top of my right shoulder. Then I'll pull that right hand back, chop again, and now I can throw my punch. So on the right side, it's chop. I reach that spear hand through, getting full extension, chop and punch. So now instead of resetting the combo, we're delaying the punch, right? So instead of it being chop straight to the punch, now we're actually going chop, spear, chop, and then throwing the punch. So there's a little bit more suspense before you get to the final technique there with the punch. And then a great way to end either of these combinations, let's say you do one on each side, right? Maybe we go chop, spear, chop, punch to the left, chop, punch, ridge, chop, punch to the right. Then you can take your right hand, do a nice inside chop as you step through, tuck in tight as you spin, chop, and then punch to the front for that last big strong technique. And then maybe stand up, ah! You can bring both arms out into the double low blocks. You can even step up, boom, hit a good strong ready stance. There's a lot of really cool ways to finish that combination, and those two upgrades are two great ways to take your hand combos to the next level.